Pradhana and start the session. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Mannado Sri Jagannada Madguru Sri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tat Padam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. The only guru of three religions, Traitatheeram originator, sensational writer, the emperor of spiritual kingdom, Hindu virtue donor, Sri 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 Acharya Prabodhananda Yogeshwar. We are learning Traitatheeram Bhagavad Gita, interpreted by Sri 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 Acharya Prabodhananda Yogeshwarudu. We are learning Atma Samyama Yogam chapter in Traitatheeram Bhagavad Gita. Last week we learned from 41st Slokam to 45th Slokam. Let us recap what we learned last week. The one who failed to achieve the yogam, he is going to born in the people who got the good merits, and also he is going to born in the families where the spiritual where the people have the spiritual knowledge. And also we came to know that there are two things. One is Srimatam, another one is Srimantam. Srimantam means rich families. Srimatam means those who got the soul wisdom in that families. So the one who failed to achieve the yogam is going to born in the family of Srimatam. That means those who have the spiritual knowledge. Then if not in the next birth he is going to born in the yogi's family. From there he will be continuing his yogam as well, and the person where he borns, either his father might be yogi, or his forefathers might be yogis, or 2 to 3 before are their great grandfathers might be yogis. That is why he said yogi caste. He is going to born in the yogi's caste. He said that yoginam eva kule bhavati. That means he is going to born in the yogi's dynasty, we can say. So when he borns in that families, so at one point of time he will be getting the thoughts about the wisdom. So his intellect is going to get automatically those thoughts related to the wisdom. Then he will be trying and trying. He will be continuously trying to get the yogam itself. So that is like if there are some 100 people sitting together and reading a book related to the yogam, so that time this person particularly he is going to get more interest on that book, and he will be learning much more from there onwards with the greater interest. So that we called it as a purva janma sukrutam. That means last birth good deeds towards the yogam he earned. So that's why we say it's a purva janma samskaram. Samskaram means good deeds he done in the previous birth related to the wisdom itself. So not about world related good. So like that, when he got that he got that interest to learn and practice it more and more to achieve the yogam, so he will be pulled towards the wisdom and he might become yogi. So such person, we can say he overcrosses the sound and picture related practices, we can say. So we came to know that the sound related thing is the mantra, and the picture related thing is the drushya upadesham. Drushya upadesham, mantra upadesham, those are the lesser things compared to the yogam itself. So such person will overcome all these things and he achieves the yogam. So once he got the yogam, he will be continuing doing the yogam. So he will be burning his karma. Once he burns entire karma, all his karmas, then he is going to get liberation. That is what we learnt in the last week session. So let us continue learning the 46th Slokam today. So it's a very good Slokam. Let us know what is that. तपस्विभ्यो अधिको योगी ज्ञानिभ्योऽपि मतो अधिकः कर्मिभ्यश्च अधिको योगी तस्माद् योगी भवार्जुना. This slokam talks about Jivatma. So here he is talking about yogi being a Jivatma. So Lord Krishna is saying three things over here: tapasvibhya, tapasvi, gnani, karmi. Three things are over here. So what he is saying, yogi is greater than tapasvi. Yogi is greater than the one who knew the wisdom. Yogi is greater than the one who does the activities. So since yogi is the greatest of these two, you become yogi. You be yogi. That's what Lord Krishna is telling to us as well. So there are three methods to worship the God. First one is yogam. Second one is tapas, that is penance. In the third category, the people who do vratas and kratus, who do sacrifices and who worship the grahas and vigrahas. So these are the three methods available. So if you ask those people who are following these three methods, everybody say that they are worshipping the God. So but we need to know which one is the highest among these three things. So in the slokam itself, God said that the tapasvi is greater than the one who does the activities, like who does the pujas, and the yogis are greater than the tapasvis. The one who does penance is lesser than the yogi. So the people who do ordinary pujas and those worships, right? So they will not have any power with them. They will worship the God for their desires. To fulfill their desires, they are going to pray to the trees, stones, animals, and also the village demigods related to the village. So that they are going to do. Some of the people, so they do mantra practice. They do mantra practice, and they what they will do. So they will worship they will do mantra practice on Kshudra Devatas. That means lower level demigods, and they control them. Okay, they could able to control by doing that mantropasana. So there will be a condition, a rule to gain the power from the mantra. Based on that, they are going to do practice, that is penance. They do penance on that. So they will do japa. So after that they will get the power. So that doing that mantra japa continuously is called tapas. Tapas means penance. So so the people who are doing lower level pujas and worships, they are lesser than compared to the one who are doing mantra jap, mantra japam, whoever is doing. So the people are second category people are mantra japam people. We can say second level. They are in the second level. First level is ordinary pujas and all those things. Second level is mantra japam and all those things. So uh, so the first level people who do pujas, vratas, kratus, yagnas, yagas, all those people, what they will do, they will bend. So um, they will do pradakshinas. That means spin around the. Uh, they will rotate. They will rotate around the. They will make rounds about the temple. Those kind of people about the idols or something. They are those kind of people. So that is why in the Shlokam also about them what he said is the people who do activities. Karmi means who does activity, right? Though, so that is about first class, uh, first method people, first category people, first level people. The second level people, they will do mantra japam, and we are calling they are tapasvi. We are calling tapasvi. So they will have one objective or one aim within their mind, and they do tapas, penance. So with that, uh, they are going to achieve some power. In our ancient days, not ancient days, in our mythologies, we read some of the stories that one of the persons who did much more penance, he got uh, so one demigod present, one demigod uh, gave some boons to that person. So that's what we read in the Puranas, mythologies itself. So in order to get that, the person who is doing much more penance, he got a power called tapas shakti. That is called tapas shakti. With that tapas shakti, so the demigod is going to under control of that person. So the mantra can be anything and his aim can be anything, but the one who is doing that activity is called tapasvi. Now, if you go to the the third category is yogi. So these yogis are special, very special. They don't do pujas, vratas, kratus, nothing. They don't do mantra japas, nothing. They will, their aim is to conquer mind and ego, which is beyond their senses, which are beyond their senses. So when they conquer over them, mind and the ego, so their karma is going to burn, and they will unite with the Paramatma, absolute soul. So these people are Brahma yogis and Karma yogis. Brahma yogis and Karma yogis. Brahma yogi will conquer on the mind, Karma yogi will conquer on the ego. The Karma yogis, if you take an example of Karma yogi will look completely uh, lesser person compared to the one who is doing pujas and who is doing penance. Um, so the tapasvi, the mantra, the one who is doing the mantra japam, so the tapasvi uh, may create obstacles to the person who is in the first level. For example, if we discuss about an example over here, explain an example about that over here. So one day a pujari, we know right, pujari means who is going to do pujas, right? The pujari who got some who got sickness, and he came to Swami. So Swami asked the demigod inside the pujari what made the reason for the unhealthy for this pujari. Then the demigod said, so so and so tapasvi who could control me ordered me to create obstacles to this pujari. So that's why we can say that the tapasvi can create obstacles to the ordinary people. Ordinary people. So the first class people over here. So, but the mantra japam, whoever does, he is called tapasvi, right? That tapasvi who got the tapas shakti and the power from the penance and who could control the demigod, if that person tries to do something to the yogis, he will definitely fail and he will lose all his mantras itself. We saw so many examples about that. We heard so many examples about that, because the yogi is the one who will be always uniting with the Paramatma. The Paramatma who is omnipresent, he is present everywhere, in each and every molecule, atom and everywhere. That Paramatma power is becoming Gnanagni, the divine fire, the wisdom fire. That wisdom fire will be there within the yogi's head itself. That wisdom fire is going to burn the uh, karma, and that wisdom and the tapas shakti is not able to touch the yogi at all. So if he tries to experiment on yogi, he will fail and he will lose all his tapas shakti as well. So that is why yogi is much powerful compared to the one who does pujas and who does penance, tapas. Okay. So in order to get yogam, first you need to learn the gnanam. Gnanam means wisdom. So wisdom is the one which shows the path for yogam, getting the yogam. The fruits of gnanam becomes the yogam over here. So that is why the yogam is the greater than the gnanam, the wisdom. So in the Shlokamu also, the tapasvi is greater than the one who does pujas, and the gnani is greater than the tapasvi, and the yogi is greater than the gnani. So the highest one is the yogi itself among all of them. That is why in the Shlokamu itself, so the one who does pujas uh, is lesser than tapasvi. The one who does tapasvi is lesser than yogi, gnani. The one who does, the one who have gnani, gnanam, wisdom, is lesser than yogi itself. Because so after gnanam, he is going to achieve yogam. So yogam is the highest thing over here in the Shlokamu itself. So do you have any doubts? If not, let us continue to the next slokam. Yoginamapi sarvesham madgatenantaratmana Shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo mataha. This slokam is talking about three souls over here: Jivatma, mortal soul, immortal soul, and absolute soul over here. Jivatma, Atma, Paramatma. What God is saying over here. So, in among all the yogis, whoever is trying to get liberation by achieving the Atma, and whoever is praying me, he is the best yogi. We can say he is the best yogi here. So in this world there are the people who does pujas, who does mantra japam, and who are being yogis as well. So and there are so many people who have a little bit of wisdom even. So among them there are very less people who are doing the practice to get the yogam as well, and who is doing the yogam as well. So in among them, so very rarely one of them is achieving the yogam. So if we um, So the yoga sadhakas might be one among the thousands of people. The one who is trying the practice of yogami might be one among the thousands of people. So in among them, only one is getting the yogam. That means, so if we count in hundreds of thousands of people, in 100,000 people or 1 lakh people, there might be one yogi itself. So in this world, there are about 800 crores of people, right? So very less number of yogis might be there in this world itself. So in order to merge with Paramatma, absolute soul, so the one who knows that the door, the main door, the primary door is Atma, immortal soul itself. First, he has to know that through immortal soul only I can get absolute soul. First, he has to know that. Once he knows that, and also if he wants to burn his karma very quickly, very quickly, so he will come to know that he has to worship the Bhagavan as well. Bhagavan is the God with form. Bhagavan is the God with form. So he will think that he also has to worship the Bhagavan. So then he is called best yogi. So once whenever you get yogam, you are called yogi. There is nothing like uh, best yogi or least yogi or something like that. So we should not take this meaning in different way. Here we need to understand a little bit more in detail. So best yogi means whoever could burn his karma very quickly is called best yogi here. For example, there is a tape recorder. Of course, tape recorder does recording, right? The recording, it may take 1 hour in a normal way. If there is an option of speed recording, so then that may take just 5 minutes to record entire thing. So like that, the special yogi is the one who could destroy his entire karma in one birth itself. So by recognizing the Bhagavan, that is what here he is saying. So ordinary yogi, he cannot get liberation in one birth itself. He has to continue his journey in every birth. Every birth he has to do yogam and burn his karma. It may take so many births to get the liberation. That is why in 45th Slokam he said, Aneka Janma Samsiddha. So after getting so many births and burning karma like that, finally he is going to get liberation. But here in this slokam, what he said, Yoginam api sarvesham ukta tamo mataha. He said that means, so the yogi is special among all the yogis here. So the special yogi is going to get liberation in a single birth itself. So among the yogis, there is a best yogi. We have to understand in such a way, but there is no other meaning over here. So that means, so identifying the Bhagavan when he is available on the earth is very hardest thing. So the one who could identify, recognize the Bhagavan is very special, we can say. So whenever Paramatma, the absolute soul is going to come onto the earth after thousands of years or after millions of years, we can say. So the birth taking in that avatar will take will not be there on the earth every time. So whenever dharmas become adharmas, then only he will come. It may happen after thousands of years. During that time, a yogi should be available. That yogi should be able to recognize him. So when such kind of situation happens, So that is only possible during the whenever the Bhagavan is on Bhagavan is on the earth. So that time only there is a chance of best yogi. So otherwise it may not be possible at all. So that's what Lord Krishna is saying over here. First you have to get Atma. First you have to get Atma, visualize Atma. After achieving Atma, then you have to worship Bhagavan also. So when you recognize and worship Guru, Bhagavan, then only your karma is going to get destroyed very fast and you are going to get liberation very soon. So that's what the Shlokamu talks about. So the 47th Shlokamu is the last Shlokamu in Atma Samyama Yogam chapter. By this we are ending this chapter, and in the next week we are going to start Vijnana Yogam chapter. So if you have any doubts you can ask. If not, we'll do Mangala Prardhana and end the session. ॐ मङ्गलं गुरुदेवाय महनीय प्रबोधात्मने सर्वलोकशरण्याय साधुरूपाय मङ्गलं प्रबोधात्मनम्.